are so funny. You're trying to get me to do this stupid shit. And
she just whispered, "I'm a bad bitch," for anyone who didn't hear. Stop. 420.
I'm lit at Disney.
And the kids asleep in the bath.
There we go. A ball sack station. That's what a business owner looks like. Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Tattoo Homewreckers. This is a podcast where we're finally talking about tattoos. But we mostly talk about life and everything in between. My name is Calista, and this is my best friend, Lou.
Oh, I was like, am I introducing myself?
Well,
my name is Lou.
I was like, should I?
Sometimes I know you, sometimes I don't.
Oh, what do you mean?
Isn't that what friendship is? That's what love is.
Sometimes I know you and sometimes I don't.
Yeah.
We have been watching this show on Netflix.
Oh my God, you guys.
It's called Something Very Bad Is About to Happen, I think. Is that what it's called?
Yes.
Long title. So good, though.
It's crazy good.
Yes. Yeah. Speaking of knowing you and not knowing you and what is love. But anyways, you guys should watch it. It's really good. It's on Netflix. What does what does my gender feel like today? My gender feels currently like a scatterbrained entity. That's what my gender feels like today. Is it filming?
Yes. I
Fantastic.
was just checking. It looked like it was being weird. To make sure. It looked like it was being weird. I'm sorry, I missed that.
That's
Your
okay.
gender feels like, you guys got that. I didn't get that.
That's okay.
Feels like.
Scatterbrained.
Oh, yeah.
I know that's not like a gender thing. Like, we're supposed to be using things that don't, anything
no,
but
you
the
can
pronouns.
describe your gender however you want.
Yeah, scatterbrained.
Yeah.
It's hard to focus on a task. I'm simultaneously tired and antsy at the same time.
That's how I feel too.
Yeah, hormones. I
Yeah.
wonder what phase of the hormonal cycle does that to us.
Yeah, because that's how I feel. Like, everything inside of my body feels buzzy, but also tired. And I slept for like 10 hours.
Yeah, so you're like,
I slept for a long time. And I did not oversleep. So if you're like, oh, it's because you slept too long.
Yes.
That's not what happened.
Totally.
It's just because it's in that like period of my cycle that like everything is simultaneously confusing and also like just really like simple. Like, yeah, it's just frustrating because I'm like, oh, I want to do the podcast, and also I don't want to do this podcast. And so it's frustrating.
It is frustrating. It's hard.
So.
We had a hell of a day already.
Yeah.
Went to the gym, and I think we both were excited to go to the gym, and then
I was not.
You weren't excited. I was excited,
No.
and then I got like violently disappointed by how mid the workout was.
I thought that I would get excited when I got there, and then it just got worse.
That's awful.
Yeah. And then Caboose also was like, oh, yeah, like I'm moderately excited to go to the gym.
Yeah.
And then he got there and he was like, nope, just overall bad gym day, which, I mean, whatevs, that happens.
Happens.
Yeah.
It is what it is. But today, we are here to talk.
Yes.
Tattoos.
The thing that we do when we're not doing other things.
Every now and again, we do this. So I went on the TattooApprentice subreddit, and I went under the advice needed category. So we are just going to be answering some Reddit posts under the TattooApprentice one. So the first post that I have right now is sorry. The title is "Fully Digital Portfolio?" ?
No.
What's your first impression?
I'm gonna start off with, if you're asking,
not that you haven't already given me your first
okay for you to have a fully digital portfolio. No, it's not. So we'll just okay.
Are you ready to get into it?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm really hoping it's somebody being like, people that have fully digital portfolios are fuck asses. But I will offer advice.
Yes.
And be nice after I've been mean.
This person says, hi, I'm a digital artist. Parentheses, I know how to draw traditionally, but I mostly sketch. My finished pieces are all digital, end parentheses.
That's not good for tattooing. Sorry.
Would you like to continue? No, you're good.
No.
I'm interested in getting into tattooing, and I believe my portfolio shows my artistic skills, but I feel would not be tailored, in quotes, or focused on, in another quotes, tattooable work necessarily. I was wondering if it would still make a good impression. Parentheses, I'd print the artworks in a physical binder, and parentheses, for finding an apprenticeship. This is the link to some works I've done to give an idea. I didn't click on the link. I don't click on random internet links, but I guess there's artwork. I'm not going to, because I'm already like, don't waste my time. I'm not going to look at your digital artwork because it does not translate well. Tell me your hot take. You've been bursting, trying to say something.
I'm going to be really nice.
Say it, Diva.
I understand that it is a sign of the times that, like, we do the bulk of our artwork
Yes.
on our, like, tablets.
Mm-hmm.
Only when I'm, like, really struggling with a concept will I bust out, like, a, like, pencil and paper because it helps me go back to being able to loose sketch. That being said, I guess I also tend to loose sketch when I'm, like, trying to, like, create new flash because it does, like, tap into that side.
Mm-hmm.
However, it has probably been a couple years since I've done, like, a fully rendered, like, start to finish color by hand, like, in particular with markers, because that's my favorite, like, by hand medium, or media, but we did do painting, like, not too long ago, and also I do a fully rendered design by hand every time I do a tattoo. Mm-hmm. So I think understanding why you need to work on paper, and if I'm being completely honest, if I were to just be here to not go buck wild, because you guys already, if you're watching this on YouTube, you've already watched me get mad. Mm-hmm. But the advice I would give, and then I want you to pop off because you grew up in this realm. Mm-hmm. I grew up before digital art was a thing, like when it was just becoming a thing, and when, like, the only people that could do digital art were, like, crazy rich artists. Mm-hmm. Because they were the only ones that could, like, have, like, a Wacom, like, it was crazy.
Tablet, yeah.
Yeah.
But then also pay for the whatever digital art subscription that they had.
Yeah. So it was, like, buck wild. Like, you would have, like, a monitor and they'd be drawing here, like, looking at the monitor. It was crazy. Like, I'd seen that shit in, like, documentaries about, like, Disney illustrators. But besides that, nobody I knew did digital art that way. Mm-hmm. Or really did digital art. And so I think understanding the reason why you do not want to just present a digital portfolio is because all skin is different. Skin is different from your elbow to your wrist, your fingers, your face, your chest. The difference between your chest skin and your rib skin even is huge. And so knowing how to, like, do a variety of styles, from knowing how to paint, because that's going to be how your hand moves for specific, like, areas of tattooing, versus knowing how to do solid fill with a Bic pen. So that way, I don't know why I said Bic pen, like a
ballpoint pen.
Ballpoint pen, yeah. Shout out fucking Bic. Sponsor us. I don't actually.
If you're listening to this,
yeah, big pen out there is listening.
Big pen is listening.
Then I would have a reason to draw more on paper. But getting your hands on as many different, like, art styles and media, like, is going to help you be a better tattoo artist. So, like, doing digital art, no matter if you're able to do traditional or not, first off, traditionally coloring on a tablet is never going to be the same as traditionally tattooing it.
Nope.
But that being said, you can have a variety of styles that you can do on a tablet. I also don't know what you cheated, because in particular, if you're using Procreate, there's tons of tools that you can cheat with.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't show me that you actually know how to draw, or that your hand has the skill, because your tablet corrects, like, any sort of wobble. So it doesn't teach me any of that, like, as somebody who would grab someone that comes in, like, as an apprentice.
Absolutely.
So that's my long rant about it. My short rant is, stop being a fucking brat and just actually draw.
I think for me, the line that got me was like, oh, I do know how to hand do it, but it's mostly just sketches. And I'm like, no, you cannot just mostly do sketches for tattoos either. And I liked what you said about the different forms of media and painting, because one of the biggest things about tattoos, like you said, the skin is different everywhere. It's all about, like, your basic understanding of texture, and, like, also understanding how does paint move, how does paint absorb, but not just paint. It's also, again, ballpoint pen. How does this ballpoint pen absorb into the ink? Mm-hmm. How does the pressure change of how my hand is going over it? How is that ruining the paper? How is that ruining the pigmentation? It's like trying to build these skills of, like, or no, your portfolio should be a showcase of
your skills,
your knowledge. Yes, exactly. Mm-hmm. It should be showing that, like, here's what I know. I can do different things.
Mm-hmm.
Here's like the it's just, again, like a visual representation of how, I guess I feel like knowledgeable. I keep saying knowledgeable.
Yeah, it's a physical representation of all the skills that you currently have.
Yes.
So it's showing what you bring to the table.
Absolutely.
The same as our tattoo portfolios show you the variety in which I can tattoo.
Yep.
So if I only have, say, like I only do realism, and more accurately, our portfolios show what we want to be tattooing as well.
Totally.
So if I only show you realism because I'm a realism artist and that's all I want to tattoo, that's all I'm going to show you. So if you only show me one particular area and say, hey, I can do digital art, then I'm like, all right, so you're a digital artist. You're not actually like a physical artist in the realm of like, I don't know if you can handle different textures. That being said, I just want to put this out there. If I were to do your apprenticeship over again, I think like, because when I was thinking about that, about like, I need to see variety because I want to be able to see that. For me, the biggest thing is being able to pull a clean line. And I want to be able to see that you can pull a clean line and then also do smooth blends. I think that one of the first like exercises I would have put you on is to be like, cut out a piece of cardboard, get a piece of fucking like get all the different types of drawing paper, so watercolor paper, because it's notoriously textured.
Yeah, very.
And put you on a ton of different textures, and then like create a portfolio here.
Oh, okay, cool.
And get really good at creating lines, because you're gonna have to replicate
do the same exercises on the different,
each one.
Different canvases.
Because then by that point you would have been like, we talked about that like at that point, not that particular exercise, but I think if I were to do that again, I would give you that particular exercise, because then when you got to weird spots on the body, it would never feel weird.
Well, like it's almost expected at that point. Like you're ready for it. You're prepped for it, because every millimeter of skin is different. The other thing that like I like that you said is yes, it's been a while since like either you or I have come out with something that has been like hand done, fully rendered. But as tattoo artists, we've already earned that. And also you and I, our digital art isn't very far from what we can actually tattoo. I would wager to say I like my tattoos more than I like my fully rendered
it's so frustrating because I can tattoo much better than I can do like digital artwork. I can also tattoo better at this stage because I spend a lot more time tattooing than anything else.
Also, the problem with comparing yourself this early on, I know this particular user isn't like, oh, well, why can't tattoo artists use it? But I feel like that's like a subliminal thought that a lot of people have.
Absolutely.
The thing is that as tattoo artists, we're already working on a really busy schedule, because it's not just tattooing. Tattooing is literally the tip of the iceberg. We're also having to create pieces for clients constantly, and also doing admin, also posting, yada, yada, yada. And genuinely, technology does make it easier. It makes it easier. It makes it faster to create a stencil, to create a custom design, to create whatever your client needs. But if you're looking for an apprenticeship, again, this is one of those things of like, okay, how much time have you invested already pre-done into your apprenticeship? Is your portfolio showcasing that like, I have taken the time to learn how to move my hand, because Procreate literally has a tool where you can make the entire canvas symmetrical. So if you're working on symmetrical pieces, it'll do that for you easy. But can you personally, your hand literally make a symmetrical design? Because you're going to have to do that in your career. So how close can you get to perfectly symmetrical on a flat piece of paper? Because I guarantee you it's harder than it is on an actual human being. Yeah. So I think my answer is obviously no, don't do it. It needs to be traditionally done. Again, you need to be able to actually showcase what your hands are capable of. If anybody shows me a digital portfolio, I'm the first to turn them away. I'm like, no, absolutely not.
Yeah. So I was gonna ask you.
Oh yeah, no questions asked. I'm turning.
I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't think I want to see a single digital piece of artwork.
No, I don't want to see
your
it
portfolio.
at all.
Like I don't want it in there whatsoever.
I do not want to see it at all.
Because I don't think it's applicable. Like again, that's something that like when I first started tattooing, I remember when I learned how to do that in Photoshop.
Yeah.
But at that point, because I didn't have a tablet so I can draw in Photoshop, I would get to be able to design half a mandala and then put it in Photoshop and flip it. And the most frustrating part was because like, obviously I'm doing it by hand, so the circles weren't perfect.
And it wouldn't
so then you flip
actually
it and it doesn't
lay
fucking
over.
line out.
Yeah.
So then you have to print the whole thing out, but you have like that base like structure and then retrace the whole thing. And like, I'm fucking older in my tattoo career.
Yep.
So like that was tracing paper.
Tracing
and
on
then I
tracing
remember
on
the
tracing.
hack of like, okay, print it out. But instead of, especially if it was like a balance piece, instead of tracing on tracing paper that you could worry about like slipping around and moving, you just put it on a light box and flip it over. And that was like a fucking game changer. But yeah, I learned how to be able to like trace it and also modify and adjust. And you don't learn how to fix mistakes in Procreate or on like digital art because you can just hit the back button. But so much of art is created in the fixing of what you deem a mistake.
Oh, yeah.
So you go to pull a circle and it's not a perfect circle. And on like any sort of digital media, you just go, oh, okay, back button.
Period.
That's it. But you can't do that on a tattoo.
No.
You got to know how to make that circle make a perfect circle.
Half of tattooing is fixing up the mistakes you've already made. So yeah, I don't want to see digital artwork. And again, I think it's curious because it's not the first time I've seen a post similar to this where they're like, oh, I do know how to do traditional artwork, but it's just sketches. Let's reverse that. How about you sketch on your iPad? Because it does save paper, it saves tracing paper, it saves supplies. Sketch out on your iPad and then actually do a fully rendered piece traditionally. I think that'll get you a lot farther. So yeah, I think that's...
Yes, sorry.
No,
I was
you're good.
answering... answering very important stuff.
Very important things.
Barbie things.
Okay. Are you ready for the next one? So this title is, would a local convention be a good spot to bring my portfolio? Question mark.
Oh, shit.
To get a tattoo apprenticeship.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't hate that.
This person said, I've never been to a tattoo convention, and I'm just wondering if y'all think it would be a good idea. I worried that most artists will actually be tattooing on the day of. I also have business cards with a QR code to my portfolio that I was thinking of handing out. Wow.
Okay. I'm going to be so honest. Speaking for myself, most of us I'm not going to check out someone else's work after the fact. If you're like, hey, this is my portfolio, if I'm not doing it right then, I have met so many people that day, I'm not going to remember it. Unless you have to like have a dope ass impression on me. But if you are just like, hey, I'm going to drop this off. It's my portfolio. I'm looking for an apprenticeship.
Yeah.
Your card is going to go with all the other cards.
All
that
the
just
other
go and live in a
stickers and
drawer.
cards that I've collected that weekend.
Yeah.
And it'll take me at least 2 weeks to find in my backpack and then actually go through them all again.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Like,
I will say.
But the going to a convention.
Well, also the business cards, I mean, yes. Here's the thing. In theory, fantastic idea. In practice, most tattoo artists are going to be too tired and also too busy to like actually, look at it over at the end of the day. But it is a good business structure. So I'm very impressed with how business forward this person is already. That is like, that'll take you really far in the industry.
Yep.
Thinking outside of the box will take you really far in the industry. And the only thing that I don't hate the idea of bringing your portfolio, but as somebody who during conventions is like very trying to be in the mindset of like making sure that I'm ready for my next tattoo, it is a little bit harder for me to like spend some time and actually look through.
Ooh, but I think we're busier at portfolios than like a lot of like my old artists or like my friends are. Like they plan a lot more downtime. You and I are just fucking stupid and stack appointments. Like
we just put our heads down and we're like tattooing the
whereas
entire
like
time.
if you do look around, like a lot of people do have time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree. I don't hate the business cards, but I just don't think, just don't leave them with people that you haven't spoken with. If you have spoke to somebody and you're like, hey, I really want an apprenticeship, like I want to know how to get in the industry, and you just want to talk to people, I think it's a great thing. Honestly, I think it's great.
Wow, a lot of most of the comments under this
are gonna say no.
Yeah,
because it's unconventional.
I haven't seen a single. There's yes, but keep it in your bag or car and only bring it up while actively getting tattooed by a local artist you respect.
No, don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. I don't want to talk to you about your apprenticeship while I'm actively tattooing you.
Okay, nice. There's a few yeses actually, like literally 3. Most of them say no though. That was my only.
Why do they say no?
So some people said, as an artist, what was it? Artist here as a general suggestion, please don't. Conventions are stressful and hectic and a huge investment for us artists. We're trying to make back more than the cost we put into attending, and it's not the time or the place. The best thing to do is grab stickers or business cards and strike up a conversation with shops or artists that are available to chat if you like their work.
Yes.
Let them know you like their work and would love to stop by the shop in the future to see them again or get a piece, etc. It would be fine to mention it in passing. Otherwise, to many of us, it comes off as a bit tone-deaf to the time and the setting. It's very, I know you're working and busy, but let's talk about me and what I want from you. To me, I wouldn't want an apprentice who isn't mindful of setting and appropriate timing, consideration, etc., etc. I know it's probably not that serious or the intent, but the small actions like that without knowing a person a bit more. I don't know what that sentence structure was. Most artists cannot give you the appropriate time or opportunity to get to know you enough when we're slammed at a convention. If you want feedback on a portfolio or an interview, I also want to respect your time and efforts in your work by being able to look it over with the attention it deserves. Otherwise, what good is the feedback? I mean, valid.
Yeah.
Very
I
valid.
think, again, if it's a busy artist like that, then yeah, that's not the time.
Yeah.
But I think that, you get to cast a really wide net.
Yeah,
And,
cast
going
a
and
net,
being
bro.
hey, having it there, yes. Just randomly handing it to people, no.
Someone said totally many artists take breaks between tattoos
Yes.
to chat.
Yeah.
Handing out your cards with a QR code is perfect, non-intrusive way to connect. Just give it a shot. Yeah, I agree with that person too. Obviously, it depends on the vibe. If you can understand, if someone's busy or in the middle of setting up, maybe not right then and there.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's bad. That was the only concern I had with the business cards is I actually was like, you might ruffle some feathers. I mean, I love it. I think it's a great idea. I think it shows that you're very business forward. You're very business thinking. But some artists will not like that simply because they hadn't thought of it first.
Oh, yeah, 100%. But I think that's
one thing to
where
worry about.
you don't want to apprentice under those people because
True.
you're going to be more business savvy than they are, and that is going to upset them. So I think that it on your end weeds that out.
Yes.
But I will say, just as long as you're not just leaving the business cards at the table, because I fucking hate when people do that. When I'm working and they'll just leave a card. But if you have struck up a conversation, I think it's great because it would actually be easier in that moment for me if you're yeah, I would love to chat more on Instagram. If you had a QR code for me to just do right then, instead of me having to type in your Instagram or ask, that would be beneficial.
Totally. Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Again, business forward, savvy. I love it. Yeah, that was my only concern, but great question.
Yeah, that was a good one.
You ready for the next one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There's a lot of these types of questions on the subreddit. It's, am I too late to pursue an apprenticeship?
Oh my fucking God.
Get this. Hold up. Ready?
What? No, let me guess their age.
Guess how old?
Are they 24?
26?
Oh my fucking God. Oh
my God. Okay, so... I'm a 20.
What is this hell?
I'm a 20. Bro, crazy. Okay, I'm a 26-year-old woman living in a large city looking for some advice on becoming a tattoo apprentice. Am I too late to pursue this career path? And how or what can I expect difficulty-wise if I choose to pursue this later in my 20s? Ow, what the fuck? Okay, sorry. Anyways, for context, I am an artist, both in digital and traditional media. I am pretty confident in my skills as an artist, but I work a full-time job at 40 hours a week and work one day from home. If I was to do an apprenticeship, I would have to fit in after work or on the weekends in order to be able to pay all of my bills. Is the schedule possible in an apprenticeship? Any advice or tips would be helpful. Smiley face.
Okay.
You want to know what the top comment is just really fast? I'm going to go for one at 36 years old. LMAO, calm down. And then the second top comment is, why do people think life ends in their mid to late 20s? It's only too late when you're dead.
Yes. Yes.
Oh,
my fucking God. Okay. Nope, I'm going to let you do it first.
What's the hot take on it? What's the scoop?
I am more likely, as someone who is no longer in their 20s.
Yes.
And is knocking on 40's door. I cannot wait to meet her.
Period.
I personally do not want an apprentice that is younger than you. I don't.
And
I don't want a kid. I got you in as an apprentice when I was 31, 32, and you were 19.
Mm-hmm.
And that was already a thing because I still remember what it was like to be 19. But now that memory of being 19 is a whole lot less. Mm-hmm. And so I do not have the patience to handle some 20-year-old fuckery.
Yeah.
I barely had the patience to handle it when you were doing 20-year-old shit, which, to be fair, everyone does. I did 20-year-old shit, and the 20-year-old shit you did was not nearly as bad as the 20-year-old shit I was doing. So, like,
well, it's
I
hard.
can't pass judgment.
It's hard when you're on the other side of things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're actively watching them be idiots.
Yeah. So
and they can't even help it.
You come in your late 20s.
Yeah.
Jesus, child. I'm a lot more likely to take you serious because I also know that you have enough life under you that if you're deciding to make you are making this decision from hopefully a somewhat educated viewpoint that you're like, oh, I need to pay my bills. You're not just like, I don't know, I just quit my job and then I'm here and like, can I just come live with you? Because I've had apprentices that do that, not you. Thank God. Oh wait, but then we did live together.
We did.
Is that what happened?
What?
You were like, and then I was just like, all right, come live.
No,
Crazy.
What happened was I got really jealous when you mentioned that you and Caboose were going to move out and we're looking for a roommate. And I just thought of the idea of somebody else living with the dogs. That's what I got jealous of.
I love that it's the dogs. It's not me or Caboose. You're just like, no one else can live with the dogs.
I got jealous in general.
Yeah.
But especially because of the girls.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to.
I said, who else is going to? I'm like, wait, so you're telling me that you guys are going to get a roommate. And if it's not me, then I would also have to hang out with them?
Yeah.
Like,
Isn't
what
that crazy?
Fuck? Yeah.
That alternate reality sucks.
That alternate reality is crazy because I'm like, okay, so now I can't be myself anymore because there's a stranger around.
Yeah. And that stranger gets to know Guinness, and that'd be weird.
Fuck? Yeah, I don't want you petting my dog.
Yeah. I was like, that's literally your dog. Yeah. So first off, advice, get your fucking head out your ass about your age.
Age is not a problem. You're going to be fine. You're 26. Relax. I also think that, the experience that hopefully you have of like, okay, you go to work and people actually expect you to work. I think I would have less of a conversation with somebody like that than I would have ever with the teenagers that have come into the studios that we've been at. Because there have been so many teenagers that I've had to sit down and be like, if you have to actually pour into this, you realize that, right? Like, you have to actually want it in order. You have to actually work for it in order to
doing their apprenticeship just on their phone,
floating,
not watching the person tattoo,
not
watching them set up,
questions,
just on their phone,
not even asking questions, not like asking at all. They're just expecting the opportunities to be handed to them. And I've had several teenagers complain to me about like, well, I just like no one's telling me what to do, and I'm like, have you considered asking?
You're in a apprenticeship for a career in which people do not tell you what to do.
Oh my God, it is one of the biggest struggles of being in this career is no one fucking tells you what to do. You are in charge of your destiny pretty much 100% of the time. So you need to figure it out.
Yeah, if you want to be told what to do, get a corporate job.
Yeah, you'll be fine there. But other than that, it's hard because they just want the opportunities to fall in their lap. And I think that happens a lot less with a crowd that has more life experience.
Well, your brain is developed at that point.
Yeah.
So, like, you aren't just still, like, a fucking zygote that's underdeveloped because you are just not finished growing.
Totally.
So.
It's hard to have patience.
Okay, didn't she ask about, like, what advice?
Yeah.
What was what to expect?
Any advice or tips is, the schedule. The working 40 hours a week, like, is it still possible to do an apprenticeship?
Yes.
Because I would only be able to do it after work or on the weekends.
Yeah, it just means that you'll have to spend more time in your apprenticeship phase.
Yep.
It works like college. If you only go to college part-time, you'll just be in college for a little bit longer.
Yep.
So maybe when you graduate, you'll be like 28.
Whoa.
Crazy.
Bonkers. Yeah, that was nuts. I think the general consensus is that, like, everyone said 26 is not old. Relax, you're fine. Schedule-wise, it's 100% up to, like, your potential mentor. Some people are strict and some people are totally fine with it. And then, like, someone said there's definitely an artist out there that would be willing to work with your schedule, though. You just need to, like, find them and, build a portfolio and start talking to people. And then somebody else, like, which is my favorite quote, time will pass anyways.
Yes.
So you might as well send it, dude. All right, one more.
That was painful.
Painful to hear.
Yes.
I can find more as well. For
26. Jesus.
26. Okay, this one. The title is Fired from Apprenticeship After 5 Months, and there's a screenshot attached. You ready? So they're talking to their boss at the tattoo shop, and boss man goes, You can't help cover tomorrow? OP says, no, I cannot because I am working at my other job. Then boss man goes, what time are you off? She says, 1 o'clock. They say, so you can't come in after that? She says, no, I'm sorry, I can't. He says, cool. Okay, come pack up your things. Or come pick up your things. You don't want this, is what he says. Then she replies with, oh, okay, I'll come by. Or, sorry, she replies with, okay, I'll come get them tomorrow. And then he said, LOL, no, you can come Friday.
Nice.
She sent a question mark, and then he said, if you have time to do this tomorrow, then you could have, and I can't see the rest of the
Yeah, you could have come in and covered
but I'm
shift.
assuming, if you have time to do this, you could have come in to cover the rest of the shift. So you can come in on Friday.
Okay.
What's your take for right now? From what we know from the screenshot, do you have anything?
Okay, so I think that it's really hard to get the full context from that screenshot because I don't know if you are indeed a shitty employee who isn't like good at saying when you're coming in, that he could have been asking in like a nicer tone.
Totally.
Because I've had young apprentices and I've had young employees that are garbage communication. And then I got to a stage the last time I was managing that I made them sort out their schedules. And I said, only if it is an emergency do you contact me. Otherwise, you guys know the rules. You can't have more than this many hours per week. And like if both people are taking off and a third person has to cover, then we'll just need to clear that. Otherwise, talks amongst yourselves to figure out your schedules. You're all technically adults. Everyone's over the age of 18. I'm not doing it. Period. Because I have managed people's schedules and it's absolute fuckery. So I do not know because again, well, the mentors are shitty.
Yes.
So I don't know if he is a piece of shit because I've had it where it was like, oh no, I'm sick, I can't come in. And then my boss is fucking screaming about how like ridiculous it is that I can't come in.
Yeah.
I've had a fucking boss yell at me about having COVID where I was like, no, I have COVID, so I'm not coming in. And they're like, well, you don't have it proven by a test. And I'm like, everyone else around me has COVID and I have all the symptoms of COVID.
So I'm not coming in. Also, regardless of that, if my household has COVID, then I would just be bringing COVID germs into the studio. That's not smart.
Yeah, like it's hard because it could be your boss is a dick or it could be that you're not a reliable employee.
Totally.
So I'm assuming you're in the same place.
I am in the same place because again, like I have dealt with shitty bosses. I've also dealt with really shitty employees. So it's hard to tell from that specific screenshot. I mean, I feel like there's obviously a lot of resentment there just because the whole LOL, no, you can come in Friday. Like, if you could pick up your shit on tomorrow, then you could have totally helped cover. And I don't know what's going on. Is there a flash day happening tomorrow?
Yeah.
Is there
like I understand you being like, no, I have like, my own, we don't want to work you into the ground.
No.
But I will say the one piece of advice I would give OP is that when you're responding to people, stop saying I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And you don't need to tell them why. You could have just been like, unfortunately, I'm unavailable tomorrow.
Yeah.
And just end it there. You don't need to say, I'm sorry. You even don't need to say, unfortunately. You can say, I'm not available tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's it. You don't need to be like, oh, what time do you work? That's not your business.
Totally.
Like,
why I do outside of the studio is none of your business. So description.
Let's go on this journey.
I'm super sad I got fired from my apprenticeship for seemingly no real reason other than my mentor going through a lot and taking his frustrations out on me. There were more texts, but I didn't want to share them because there are some personal details in them. I was already working every weekday at my paid job and putting in an additional 24 hours a week at the shop, and I did not have the mental, physical, or emotional energy to cover that shift, but I didn't realize it was going to cost me my apprenticeship. Gonna be taking a break to focus on my mental and physical health before I continue my search for an apprenticeship with a little broken heart. And that's all they said in the description.
Okay. You give your feedback. I said that so aggressively. You can hear the fucking frustration in me.
It's hard because the only thing that I got like kind of like spidey senses of is got fired from my apprenticeship for seemingly no real reason. That is difficult for me to hear because I'm like, there's always a reason, right?
Yeah.
100%. What are you going to say? What were you going to say?
First off, I've never been fired from a shop.
Yeah.
I've quit shops. And a lot of the times that like I leave a studio, oftentimes, it's much like a breakup. they're always like, I had no idea you were leaving. I'm like, we've had a lot of conversations about the fuckery that's been going on
that
here.
I'm not happy here.
Yeah, that I'm not
like,
happy, or you're trying to like fucking price gouge me, or you're being fucking shitty and
that
drunk.
I felt like this was a little weird.
Yeah.
Like, this situation isn't something that I'm comfortable with, and you got upset about it.
And so when people tell me that they got fired over like nothing, that to me means that like you were not observant. The same as like nobody just breaks up with you out of nowhere.
No.
Like as somebody who spends so much time. Yeah.
Never.
There's always signs. And I understand that you might not be paying attention, but those signs might also be why you weren't the best like match for that studio.
Totally.
So I think it's a little bit like, I understand the disappointment that like sucks that you do not currently have an apprenticeship, but like Diva, there was probably some fucking context there.
I agree. Most people say, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. He's an asshole. It's not your fault. Like, people are shitty mentors. What is this?
And I'll agree with that. There are a lot of shitty mentors out there. I've had a lot of shitty bosses.
A lot.
But I also think that for me to make an educated decision, I would need to see more screenshots, because they are in particular to make this, like, this person comes off as an asshole, and I just need to see like a little bit more evidence that he is an asshole and that you're not just a shitty apprentice.
Me too. I want to know more.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's all I saw.
But also, yeah, it might be the wrong fit for you, that like he wants somebody who can just fucking work 70 hours a week for free.
Yeah.
And that's not cool either.
I mean, it sounds like it's, again, like a very traditional shop, but at the same time, I just don't have the context needed. So, I mean, if I were to give this person didn't even really ask for advice. It was under the seeking advice category. But like, if I were to give you advice, it is brush it off. Just wasn't the shop for you. Keep going. I mean, I apprenticed at 3 different shops before like I graduated at the final third shop. And at any point I could have been like, oh, I guess I'm just not going to do this anymore. But that was dumb, because I wanted to do it. So like, just do it. You're good. It doesn't, you know what? And things don't work out for a reason. That's fine. But that's not like a sign to give up.
And I apprenticed for 6 years because I started when I was 16.
And at any point you could have stopped.
Then the laws passed and we found out that I couldn't be a tattoo artist until I was 21. So like, yeah, sometimes it takes a while. Oh, the ripe old age of 21.
Ripe old age of 21.
Yeah, I can't believe I started so late.
Somebody's body, you had to be 21. It's crazy that you can be younger than that in tattoo.
Yeah. Wild.
I think of that a lot. I was young. I was like, what? Yeah, I was young when I started tattooing. I was like, God, that's crazy. And ew.
Yeah, I think you were 20.
Yeah, that's wild. And people were just trusting me. That's no hate towards my younger artists. I just think it's funny now when I think about like baby Callie. I'm like, damn, I didn't know shit. Okay, one more. Balancing life and apprenticeship. Hi, I'm in California. I'm a military spouse and a stay-at-home mom. I've got a 1-year-old and I'm at a crossroads. I love art and most of all want to tattoo. My issue is that I don't have a crazy amount of time to let alone for no pay, because if I were to do part-time, I'd need to put my kid in childcare. I know some people are self-taught, and I know I'd probably do fake skin and draw at home. Lou's shaking her head. But to avoid doing anything illegal, I know I need an apprenticeship and eventually, Lou's nodding her head, and eventually a shop to work out of until I can get a private studio. Oh. I don't know. I need advice / tips from all the situations, because I'd love to make this a long-term career. Please be kind. That's what she said.
Oh, okay.
So,
if you cannot this is me being kind. So I'm looking up at the ceiling because I'm trying to be like, please.
Yes.
If you cannot handle working for free right now is not the best time for you to do an apprenticeship.
Totally.
Apprenticeships work just like college. It is genuinely the same with the amount of like commitment you need to do, because it's not just the time that you spend in the studio. I did not let you draw in the studio because when you are tattooing, you don't get to draw there. So one of the biggest things that mattered to me that you understood was that you will always have homework.
Yeah, you were very big on like any of the assignments I give you, they have to be done at home.
Yeah.
Like they can't be done here, because you need to start getting used to like after hours, like being tired after working a full shift, and then you still have to do it.
And like, don't get me wrong, there are artists that like, that's why some tattoo artists only tattoo 2 or 3 days a week, because then they spend another 2 or 3 days doing artwork. But you are not getting paid to do artwork. That is all artwork time is factored into the tattoo, which means you can draw a beautiful sleeve, and if someone doesn't show up, well, you've just wasted 15 to 20 hours of your life, and then even longer if you do a full color rendering of it.
Yep.
So if at this stage, having a 1-year-old, which this is a crazy time in your life anyway, like it might be something that like, sure, you might be like, no, I'm going to make this work. Absolutely. I don't want to tell you what to do with your life. But if you were to sit down with me, and I would give you the honest advice of like, maybe it's not the right time.
Yeah, totally.
Or you can start like working on things, not the physical tattooing. Because I think that's my biggest issue. I'm sorry, I have to go on this rant really fast.
Yes, please. I need to hear it.
My biggest issue is that everyone jumps to, I can just like work on fake skin. There is so much shit besides physically tattooing that goes into tattooing.
Oh, totally.
And again, you want to have a private studio. So have you worked on your business like model? Do you know what type of like structure of like business taxes you're going to have? Do you plan on doing all of your own accounts? Do you plan on getting an accountant? You want to open a business, and tattooing is the business that you want to open. So yes, you do need to learn how to tattoo, but you could spend a couple years learning everything else, like the actual self-taught part of learning how to run a business, learning how to market, learning how to build clientele, learning all of the aspects that then set you up so that way when you are learning the physical part of tattooing on like fake skin and then eventually on human beings, you have got everything else stacked up. So that's the last fucking puzzle piece. But I think it like genuinely frustrates me as somebody who has spent their entire life. I started learning how to tattoo when I was 16 years old. So I have spent 23 years in this industry, and everyone thinks it's just the actual fucking tattoo that is the whole job. That is such a small portion of my job. And the reason why I was able to pick up tattooing relatively quickly was because over those 6 years of apprenticing, I did not constantly tattoo. I took the time to learn how to do business, to learn how to do sales, to learn how to build clientele, to learn how to do books and accounting and wound care and healing and so many other fucking aspects that go into this job. So that way, by the time I picked up a tattoo machine, everything else was fucking easy. I was like, cool, I got all that. So now I know how to do it. So there is an entire world of knowledge that goes into it before you pick it up. But when I hear people like, I could just teach myself how to do that at home. Can you? Sure. Are you going to be great? I don't know. It'll probably take you a long time to get there.
Also, how many times have we been through the same conversation where it's like, it's just a bad idea. Just don't do it. You're going to teach yourself shit habits. And more importantly, a lot of studios that that you will go out to shop yourself for as an apprentice and be like, please, like, I would love to apprentice under you. If they find out that you have already been, already bought a machine and have been practicing, studios will just turn you down on a like dishonorable basis.
Yeah,
they're like, you don't understand the craft, you don't have respect for it, so they'll just turn you down right away.
The same as like, you're gonna have a harder time getting in medical school if you've just been at home practicing surgeries.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
It's the lack of the understanding of the severity of what we do. And the consequences that there are for it. Plus, like, honestly, tattooing on fake skin is so fucking different than actual skin.
Yeah.
You would be better off learning how to draw and paint and do like colored pencils and markers on different mediums. To learn how to do it on wood.
Oh my gosh.
Learn how to do it on cardboard. Learn how to do it on fucking glossy paper.
Yes.
Because you know what? If you have to draw on glossy paper, you are set for a sweaty person.
At this time,
because as that hand slides,
this person's schedule is not conducive to having a very successful apprenticeship. But I will say your schedule is very conducive to you building up really good art skills. And those are skills that like you'll need for the rest of your career.
And business skills. And customer service skills, because those are also things that make a huge difference. You can be a phenomenal tattoo artist and we're surrounded by them that you're like, holy shit, this person is amazing. And they never get bookings. Why? Because they never learned how to manage a schedule.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't learn any of the actual business behind it, or they have horrible social skills.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, there's so many other things that you could be learning the next couple of years. And then once you are in a place that you can devote the time and you have the resources to devote it without pay, you can do it. Stop focusing on the tattoo part. Yeah. That's my fucking message.
This needs to be, that is years and years away. So don't even worry about that. And again, shops will just turn you away on the fact that you did not honor the craft. It is a really big breach of trust for shops to see other people just going off and like buying their own machines. And depending on like, again, it does depend on the studio. Yes, there have been people who have done it before, but it is quite generally frowned upon. Yeah. For a lot of people. I don't think your schedule is really conducive to a successful like home life and like apprenticeship life. And like, I'm going to be real with you. I mean, honestly, nothing great is ever built out of convenience. No matter what, you'll be inconvenienced, but it is about like finding the cards that you're dealt with and playing them in a way that still benefits you. So rather than focusing on, it's like learning how to drive stick shift and also learning the rules of the road at the same time. I would much rather have you understand the rules of the road on a automatic car and then get into driving stick. So that way you're worrying about one thing at a time. Yeah. So build these skills that will, benefit your tattoo career in the future, especially with, again, you've got a 1-year-old, so you're balancing a lot. If you can draw and complete a piece in one day with your 1-year-old, you're doing set. All the house labor that you're doing, then you can definitely still do the house labor, take care of your kid, draw for your appointment the next day.
And be a sane human being.
Yes, exactly. Get used to that workload, that flow of like, how am I going to balance the two? Taking care of my kid and balancing the housework and drawing. How am I going to, and it's like those incremental changes. It's like strength training. So like, you're not going to go right out the gate and deadlift 200 pounds and like tattoo with a 1-year-old. You're not going to do that. Like you have to start small. So that's all I have to say.
That's great. That was wonderful.
Yeah.
That was so nice. And so well put.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah. Play your cards right. Don't be dumb, girl. And don't fucking buy a machine. Oh my fucking God. No. So that's all I have to say about that one. That was my last story.
Perfect. Do you have any advice for anyone wanting to get an apprenticeship?
Draws. Please. No more digital drawings. I'm done. I don't want to see them. I do not want to see them. I will immediately not look at them. I'm not interested. And that might come off as harsh, but like genuinely, I don't care what you can do online. I can't tell you, I can't even put into words how much I don't care. I need to see some fully fleshed out pieces that are hand drawn, and that'll catch my eye way better. I will keep turning those pages. The second I see digital artwork, shut buck, that's yours. I'm good. Yeah. We're done. So
love that.
That and yeah, again, it's remember that nothing great is built out of convenience. You're going to be deeply, deeply inconvenienced by everything in life. Nothing in life comes easy ever. So you need to be able to be prepared to work hard. This career will eat you up and just spit you out if you let it. If you're unprepared, if you're not smart about your time, if you're not smart about the people you spend time with, you just have to, be steadfast in what matters to you and what matters in your career. And hopefully you can pave a way that works out for you. So that's all I have.
That's great.
Thank you.
I'm not saying anything after that.
Really?
What she said.
What she said.
That was fucking, you nailed that.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Like, that was very, like, motivational.
Me being like, I don't want to fucking see your digital artwork, but you can find your way and pave it, and it'll be everything that you
If you only ever want to do digital artwork, there's going to be a mentor out there that's down for that. Yeah. Just keep searching.
It's just not me.
Yeah. Yep. There is a shoe for every foot. So, like, yeah, you just have to search harder. Okay, so on that note,
yes,
as we wrap this up, what was your win for the week?
My win for the week was going to the gym.
My belly?
Yeah, I do.
My belly's making so much noises. No.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I would say, my win for the week is going to the gym and, I guess prioritizing, like trying to find balance because I've been having like some really bad mental blocks with like editing. Just this one video. I don't know what it is, But like you had mentioned that like if you're not, again, if all the tabs are open, then like you're not actually being able to reset and recharge your battery. It's not good for you. So being able to breathe through it and work on it in small incremental chunks and still know that like it's still getting done and other things on the to-do list are still getting done.
Yes. We're still moving the dial.
I'm still moving the dial. It's just not the way that I wanted it to move, which is fine. So yeah, being okay with that. How much?
Nice.
What's your win?
But that's also frustrating.
It's
like, yeah.
Because sometimes, do you ever like have a to-do list and you're like, you know what, this needs to get done first and I really need to do this. But then like nothing, like your brain is struggling so hard with clinging onto this one task that it's just letting all the other tasks build up. And it's like, no, you need to, again, trying not to fight my ADHD brain and doing things that feel good while also taking these off the list, even though this is still impending. What is that? There's got to be some word for it. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. I don't know the word for it.
Yeah. It's like weird tunnel vision on a task.
Yeah. It's like a specific task paralysis where you're like, I can't. And then what's stupid is that you'll get all this other shit done and then you'll come back to that guy.
And it'll be so easy.
And it's so easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It really just means you're not ready for that task.
It's just not ready.
That's how. So I like to think about it like the way that Liz Gilbert viewed creativity and that like ideas come to people. And then if you do not use that idea and like you just don't do anything with it, it will then go to someone else. And I like to think about that with tasks as well, that when I get stuck on something and I'm like, oh, you're not meant to do that right now, is just being like, hey, it's okay, because then let me do some stuff over here. And then when I come back to you, I will have the answers for this. Because it means something in your brain doesn't have the answer for it. Or like that creative like thought hasn't like made it to you. The universe hasn't been like,
yeah. I don't feel like that spark.
Yeah, so you can't do it until you get the spark.
Videos.
Yeah, so you don't get to do it until you spark.
Yeah.
And maybe it's not on the timeline you want. Maybe you're like, no, this reel has to go out on X day. But that's where you adjust the timeline and you say, okay, so instead of exactly 3 weeks out from an event, I can do it 2 weeks and y'all, this is how fucked up my brain is. I almost said 2 weeks and 10 days. Like that's less time than 3 weeks. So you can do it 2 weeks and 10 days instead of 3 weeks. Yeah.
That's really funny.
That's it. My brain is like...
You could be even more ahead of schedule.
Yeah. Yeah. You could just crush the schedule even more.
Just time travel. It's fine.
Yeah. That's what you do.
You just need to time travel. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yep. That's what you can do.
Period. So... But any wins for the week for you? Thank you for going on that adventure with me. Task paralysis is hard, bro. It is
dude,
difficult.
it's so frustrating.
It's really annoying.
I can like talk a good game and be like, yeah, and then like when it happens, sometimes you watch that last week, I had a full meltdown and made you make claymation for me.
I did, yeah.
Or a little clay creature so I could like get it out of my head.
Yes.
Again,
you need it's the sliding scales of like the fucking, I don't know, puzzle that we're working on. These things need to go first because they feel better. And then if we keep focusing on the things that feel better, eventually the puzzle will be sorted. Yeah.
Yeah. So my win for the week, it's a smidge bit long. We went to quite possibly the best party I have ever been to over the weekend.
Happy birthday, Frasco.
Dude, it was amazing.
That was awesome. I had so much fun.
Yeah, it was in a beautiful house and like the vibe was perfect and like the whole thing was perfect.
Yes.
And I got to just like relax in like a big social setting, which doesn't typically happen. So like it really talks about like the vibe. Also, I ate so much food and that is part of my win. Part of my win is I ate so much food that night that the next day I was not hungry until like it was like
6 o'clock.
What, at 6 o'clock I was like, oh, I'm a little bit hungry. And then I was like, oh my God, you ate so much food. And as somebody that's like, you know, recovering from an eating disorder, eating that much food in particular in like a public setting can be quite triggering. But like I was fucking vibing, and,
double peace signs.
Yeah, I was just like locked and loaded, like having the best time. And I just really let myself just enjoy being in that space, even though we have like so much going on like in our lives. It's really easy for me to just be focused on what I need to do and not be like present. And to I made a conscious decision before we went to be like, nope, you're gonna just like be present, you're gonna have fun, you're gonna have some drinks, and you're just gonna like relax And yeah, I did. And I also, and my autistic people will get this. My favorite thing to do is to go to social events and then just watch. And I gave myself permission. So at points like you were playing Snakes and Ladders, and I was, why are you smirking?
Because it was really funny. Playing Snakes and Ladders was really funny. We got heated.
Oh, yeah.
Snakes and Ladders got heated up in the house.
We learned that people play by different rules. So yeah, we, everyone started playing Snakes and Ladders, and I didn't want to play because, if I'm being completely honest, I hate board games. I hate any sort of games like that where you're like, no, I don't like them at the gym. I'll just leave that area.
You're so funny.
Yeah, I hate them.
That's what I did for your fucking, you know what? I threw Lou a surprise birthday party. It was less than a year of us being friends.
Yeah.
And you know what? I really needed to spend more time knowing you. Totally.
Well, it's hard because externally they're like, but you love board games. And I'm like, I like board games in my house with 2 more people.
Yeah.
But once there's like
a bunch of people.
Yeah, a bunch of people. And it's, in particular, I need you to be a safe person for me to play games with. It's very stressful for me the entire time.
Right.
So my actual favorite thing is if I don't have to play, if I just get to sit back and watch, bitch, I'm having the best time of my life. And that's why this party fucked so hard.
Period.
Because I got to like mingle when I wanted, have conversations with people, but then also I just got to I literally got to sit in a corner and just record videos like of what was happening and just watch the social dynamics and just be outside of the situation while observing it like I'm David Attenborough.
Yeah, you were just enjoying it.
Yeah, it was so good. And so, but giving myself permission, because it's really hard for me to, in those situations, be able to just be an observer. So many people will like try to pull you in. And it was really nice to be like, no, I'm good, thank you. And like, to just sit in that place where I'm like, I don't want to play. I want to watch.
You had so much fun.
Yeah, it was dope.
I just had to check in on Lou. I was like, and then she's like,
yeah, I'm like, amazing. I'm great.
Chilling.
Yeah, it was perfect. Yeah.
Oh, God.
So that was my win for the week.
It was such a good party. Yeah. It was such a wonderful social, like, outing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was.
Well, house parties aren't usually that fun.
No.
I had so much fun at that party.
Yeah. Genuinely, like, perfection.
It was awesome.
House beautiful, food fucked.
Just no
conversation.
No
yeah, no notes.
No notes. Conversation was amazing.
Yeah, 10 out of 10.
All the seats in the house were so comfortable.
Yep.
The carpet was so soft and so clean.
I forgot.
The food was amazing.
Yeah.
I'm still thinking about the dip that they served. It was so
good.
The
masala, like, tomato ketchup.
That one was amazing. Oh. I'm talking about the corn dip that they first had with the corn chips. That's fucked. Oh my God, it was so good.
It was. I'm tied between those like vegetarian sausage rolls and the pizza.
Oh, the sausage rolls were great.
Okay, but before we just distract everyone because they're not here for that. What are you proud of for today? Win for the week. Proud of today. Yeah.
I'm proud of. I was getting really frustrated at the gym, and I was just like, Callie, try your best not to sink it, because like in the past, if I had like had a really frustrating workout, I would just be really angry the entire time, being like, this is fucking stupid. I fucking hate it here. This is dumb. And I was like, okay, let's not do that. Let's just focus on like what feels good and what we can do. And I just ended up having to short all of my reps. And then just like, I was like, you know what? Maybe this workout, you just keep moving and you just make sure that you're still sweating. So that's what I did.
Nice.
And it was still wasn't fun. I still had to deal with the crippling disappointment that like I was really excited to go to the gym. I'm like, I'm gonna have a great workout. I'm gonna PR. I'm gonna do all this shit. Did not happen, and that's fine. But regardless, I'm just happy that like I didn't crash out as bad as I normally would have.
That's progress, bitch. That's mental strength.
Growing up is not having to crash out as bad as you need to.
100%. I'm proud of you for that.
Thank you. How about you? What are you proud of for today?
For today, I don't even remember what the fuck I've done today. Today has been such a weird day. It's like
it's been weird.
5:00 in the afternoon.
How did that happen?
And it really feels like I just woke up.
Yeah,
like I felt like we got back from the gym and we were like, what the fuck?
I don't know what happened. Truly, we got back from the gym and then all of a sudden this entire afternoon gone.
Yeah, I don't actually remember. You know what? You guys, you know what I am proud of? I'm having a horrible brain day. I said that at the beginning of this podcast. And so I took some of my medicinal. It is prescribed to me by a doctor oil. And it is helping quiet down the angry part of me that just wants to fight. And it's helping make me feel more chill. But yeah, it's not helping with my shoulder pain because the gym hurt my shoulder today. Yeah. So if you've seen me be extra wiggly with this arm, that's why. I'm not just over here trying to flex. What are you looking at?
Tattoos are so cute.
Oh, sorry. Thank you. But yeah, so I made the educated decision to be like, what can I do on my to-do list? While just a smidge bit high. And now the train has arrived at the station. We are here and we're getting high on this train, just moderately. So I'll spend the rest of the night lasering keychains.
I love that.
So, okay. We love you guys. Thank you so much. Thanks for going on this journey with us. If you liked the advice we gave, awesome. If you didn't like it, that's totally fine. My advice is not for everyone. Yeah. If you think I'm mean, that's also okay.
We're just
you can
not the
think
mentors for you.
Yeah.
Which is fine because we're not really accepting apprentices.
Yeah, that just means you know that you don't want to apprentice under me.
Exactly. Exactly.
But like, subscribe, share, dislike, that's totally fine too.
The algorithm does not care.
Yes, the algorithm does not care. And we will see you guys back next week where we will talk about whatever the fuck it is we want to talk about. Bye!
Bye, bye, bye!
Artlist.io